We often think of space and advanced calculation as a modern phenomenon, reserved for supercomputers and satellites. But what if I told you that over 2 millennia ago, humans, armed with nothing but sticks, shadows, and sheer intellect, were able to measure our planet with jaw-dropping accuracy? Today, we are counting down the top 5 most accurate Earth calculations made by ancient scientists. These numbers were so precise, they still shock modern physicists. Prepare to have your mind blown by the genius of the ancients. 5. Hipparchus's distance to the moon. Coming in at number 5, the Greek astronomer Hipparchus in the 2nd century BC, using trigonometry and the simple observation of solar eclipses from different locations, a technique called parallax, Hipparchus set out to measure the ultimate distance. He calculated the moon's distance to be approximately 380,000 kilometers, or about 60 Earth radii. The actual average distance is 384,400 kilos. That means Hipparchus achieved an astonishing accuracy with an error of less than 5 funds. Imagine calculating the distance to a celestial body almost 400,000 kilometers away, all without a telescope. Pure genius. 4. Aryabhata's duration of Earth's rotation. Our number 4 takes us to India in the 5th century AD, to the brilliant mathematician Aryabhata. While we measure the day as 24 hours, Aryabhata wanted to know the exact time it took for the Earth to complete one full rotation on its axis, the sidereal day. Using precise star observations, Aryabhata calculated that the rotation lasted 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.1 seconds. How does that stack up against modern atomic clocks? The modern measurement is 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.09 seconds. Aryabhata's error rate was virtually non-existent, a feat of observation that highlights the precision of ancient Indian astronomy. 3. Eratosthenes' circumference of the Earth. At number 3, the quintessential ancient calculation, performed by Eratosthenes around 240 BC. The fact that the Earth was round was widely accepted, but how large was it? Eratosthenes knew that on the summer solstice, the sun cast no shadow in Cyane, but it did in Alexandria. By measuring the angle of the shadow in Alexandria and hiring someone to literally walk the distance between the two cities, he applied simple geometry. His final calculation for the Earth's circumference was approximately 40,000 kilometers, placing his error at only about 2% of the true value, all based on the angle of a shadow and the distance between two cities. 2. Chinese measurement of the annual cycle. Our runner-up, at number 2, highlights an achievement that became the foundation for virtually all modern calendars, the precise measurement of the year. Dating back to as early as 2500 BC, Chinese astronomers were obsessive record keepers. They meticulously tracked the seasons and solar movements, determining that a tropical year lasted 365.25 days. This quarter-day adjustment, later adopted by the Julian and Gregorian calendars, was essential for accurate long-term dating. Their measurement had an error of less than 0.02%. This level of accuracy ensured farming cycles and dynastic records were maintained flawlessly for millennia. 1. Aristarchus' estimation of the moon's size. And finally, claiming the title for the most shocking ancient calculation is Aristarchus of Samos in the 3rd century BC. While he is famous for being the first to propose a sun-centered, heliocentric universe, his measurements were equally revolutionary. By observing the moon's shadow during an eclipse, he geometrically calculated the moon's diameter to be roughly 1/3 the size of the Earth. The true value is 0.27, or just under 1/3. Aristarchus was off by a staggering margin of only 0.3%. Using basic geometry and naked eye observation, he achieved near-perfect accuracy on the scale of a celestial body.